too late. The broadcast is live.
Hello, everybody. Hi, everyone. My name is Kate, and I'm self-isolating at home with children, and I am physically stuffed.
I'm Maggie. I am working from home, so I am mentally stuffed.
And I'm Cal, and I'm stuck all day at home with my husband. So we're about ready to tell each other to get stuffed.
And this is the Three Stuffed Mums viral
We're the
edition.
Three Stuffed Mums.
Yay! Welcome to our very, very, very first episode of the viral edition, coming to you live in ISO from our homes. So it's great to have you here.
Where are you living, Kate? So everybody knows, not to stalk you, but just to
I'm down south in Adelaide, so right near the beach, which is lovely.
Oh.
Not quite on the beach, but a little bit back from the beach. So that's where I am. And what about you, Maggie? I
am in the foothills in Adelaide, in the kind of northeasty kind of Athelstone way.
Fabulous. And Keha, where are you nowadays?
I am up in the Adelaide Hills. I am in Birdwood.
Birdwood. So Birdwood. We can go and check out some fancy cars while we're there.
Yeah, right. It's all happening in this neighborhood.
And we've got some other people watching us. Hello to everybody. We're just going to have a big shout out to
Hey, Judy.
From Melbourne.
Hi, Judy.
And hi to Kim.
And Kim.
And if you're watching as well, please say hello so that we know where you're all from. This is very exciting.
Yeah, we don't want to outnumber the audience on our first call.
No. It looks like there's 12 people watching us so far, so that's good. And hello to you as well if you're watching the replay, because we're going to be replaying, or this will be available for replay after it goes live. So yay!
Yay!
Now, you had a special disclaimer you wanted to let everyone know about.
Yeah. I just want to say that, please remember that this is not a formal show, that we are pretty much live doing what we normally do when we get together. It's just having a casual chit chat. So any feedback we get from you would be just like everybody sitting around and talking and laughing and, just bringing up things that we think are, fun to talk about or things that are happening. So we just don't want to set the bar too high expectations. So, just to let you know, very casual, which is why I have like a little sweatshirt on.
No problem.
Yeah. So, because it's very cold up here in the hills. Yeah, so that's really all it is. We just want to, over the years, sincerely, we've been really blessed to have had so many really great shows as the Three Stuffed Mums. And we've had people, ask us, when are you guys going to get back together?
Yeah,
when are you going to rewrite the show? When are you going to tour? Blah, 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 blah. And we've all had different things happening in our lives, and we've gone separate ways. And although we keep in contact, we're not joined at the hip like we were for 2 years touring the show. So, and that's one of the things we're going to talk about, because people ask us, well, what have you been doing? So we can talk about that as well. And, if you have questions, not like you're stalking us or anything, but, we'll be happy to chit chat about that. But we have a few things we did want to talk about, because it is a special situation that would get us to, like Maggie said, it took a pandemic to get us to work together again. So
they say that women are strong. That's how strong it took a world pandemic to get us back together again.
So yes, we have got the band back together, which is very exciting.
Getting the band back together, Elwood. Yeah. So Kate, what have you been doing in the time that we've been off doing other things?
Yeah, just before we get onto that, we've just got a couple of people saying hello. So I thought we'll just quickly say hello. We've got Megan from Alice Springs.
Wow.
Yeah, love you, girl.
That's pretty cool. And we've got Lauren Ann saying hello. And we've got Kim. Hi to Kim. And Reg says
Reg. Hey, Reg.
And make sure, hopefully I get everyone else. We've got June. Hello, June. Hi, Maggie and your buddies. And who else have we got? We've got Irene.
Yeah, that's my big sister.
I was going to say, Irene is like, obligatory. Got to watch my sister, because I know my husband is in the room watching it as well. So we're trying.
Yeah, here he is. Yay! Finally, I got in.
There he is.
You can watch it live. from the, or like he can watch it live on Facebook or live throw if he just opens the door a little bit. So
Yeah, exactly. And I just leave if I open the door a little, though, my dog would come in, and then it'd be always like, "Do you want to go out? Do you want to go? What's going on?" Yeah, so I'd have the door closed.
Classic. All right, we've got Julie. Hello to Julie.
Hello, Julie.
And hang on, well, Bev. Hi, Bev McGregor.
Hello, Bev.
We've got Karen.
Oh, Karen! Hey,
Hi,
how is the lemon squares, Karen?
Hey, that's
Get out of here! Can't take him anywhere.
We're 5 minutes into the first show, and Glenn's made an appearance. Hi, Glenn. and if there's a bit of a delay, if he runs back to his office, he'll be able to watch himself.
Yeah,
he'll be time traveling. Oh right. Oh, where are we up to? We got
Rach.
Rach. Oh, sorry, Rach. Hi from Gola, and we've got Glenn from the other room.
That's enough. We've saw you. We've heard you.
No, I've got to mention Owen, because Owen would be our furthest away audience member. Owen is my, I'm his great auntie, although I say I'm his fabulous auntie. And he's in Scotland, so love to all the gang in Scotland.
Wow. What time is it? Boy, you are dedicated.
I've also got Karen. Hi, Karen.
Hello, Karen.
And hang on. Karen. Oh, hang on, Karen. And then
With
Karen.
Karen.
And
Tani.
Hey! Tani joined us for the Three Stuff Mums show in Goolwa.
Goolwa, yeah.
And we also got Shereen.
Hi, Shereen.
Okay, cool. So I think we should that's I think we've got with everyone now. Oh, hang on, we've got one more quick one. Rod, hi Rod.
Hey Rod.
All right, we'll do some shout outs afterwards, but we must get on with the discussions.
Right.
Hey, I was asking you a very important question. Do you remember what it was?
My first question is, I ran out of signal, so all I see is a blank screen. Because the hills are alive, but not with Wi-Fi. So, so actually, I did want to ask. I would just pretend like it's cabaret. I did want to ask, like each of you, of my colleagues there, what you've been doing. Let's catch up. What have you been doing since the Three Stuff Mums stopped touring in 2013 or wherever it is?
2015.
2015. Boy, time flies.
I was like, oh, that's where those 2 years went.
Yeah. I used to drink. No, actually, I don't drink.
Well,
so, Kate, start us out.
Yeah, so my toddler, who I was chasing around the house because I was physically stuffed originally, she's now 10, which is like, oh my gosh. So she's 10 now. So what was that?
So that's what happens.
I know. And like, I think all the children are to blame for us taking the show, stop touring the show because they all grew up and then we had to rewrite the show and we haven't had time to do that. If it was just us, we would have still been able to keep going. So she's 10 now. I've been doing all sorts of things. I had a fabulous couple of years working with the body image movement. So a big hi to Tara Brumfitt, if you're out there. She released a film called Embrace, the documentary, and I helped release that with her. So that went all over the world, and that was pretty cool fun. And what else am I doing? I wrote a book called Hit Your Target, which is how to raise $5,000 in one night, which is...
Actually, you wrote 2 books.
Oh, yes. And Nursery Rhymes for New Mums book, yep. I'm a double author now. There you go.
Yeah.
But, so the Hit Your Target's not going that great at the moment because it's all about how to raise money at an event fundraiser. And thanks very much. Thanks very much, COVID. There's no events. So screw you. And then I've been doing a bit of MC work as well, professional MCing and professional speaking and helping out with coaching keynote speakers on how to be more funny. So that's been good fun.
Cool.
Maggie?
Yeah. And what about you, Maggie?
So like when I had to write it down because there were things I've forgotten. So like Kay reminded me that I wrote a book as well.
Yeah, how's that? You have to remind people that they've written a book.
I wrote a book. So what happened was I had my own business. I was coaching and consulting and doing stuff around leadership and stuff about living your best life. And I found I was getting a lot of the same questions from clients. So I wrote, "Don't take my advice. Personal development for people who can't be bothered." Available on Amazon or PM me. So that took about 4 years. I think when it was done, I just wanted it gone. Apart from that, I've been working for government, state government, with a fantastic bunch of people, mainly with internal communications. And artistically, I've been getting into directing over the past couple of years with the fabulous Tracy Crisp, who is a special friend of the month and whom we all love. And so I directed Tracy's last 2 Fringe shows and absolutely loved doing
Smash
that.
hits, by the way.
We smash hits. We got 4 and 5-star reviews, and she has had international invitations to take the work overseas. So that's very complimentary. I mean, she's a fantastic writer. So, yeah.
That's so good. So special shout out to Tracy. Hello.
Tracy.
And Kate,
And
what
then-
have you been doing?
Well, mostly I have been working on cruise ship. I mean, I'm not as talented, or actually I'm a bit lazier than the other two. So I have several drafts of books, which never got anywhere. But I have spent most of my time just doing shows, doing comedy shows. And for the last 5 years, I've been working for P&O Australia, on their ships, their fleet of 5 ships. Hello, sailor. Doing shows, comedy shows, which I've thoroughly enjoyed. And I do miss my ship family, but they got me out of the house. And, it's lovely when you don't have to cook or clean or, people do things it's just adorable. And you have fun and you get paid. And amazingly enough, I met quite a few Three Stuff Mums fans who had seen our shows. Somebody that saw us in Roxby Downs. Remember Roxby Downs? The show we did Roxby Downs? Somebody else that had seen us, and a couple people from Melbourne. And so it was really kind of nice to run into people that I had seen the show and then came back to see me, which was lovely, although they are pretty much a captive audience. But I did have a lot of fun doing that, and I do miss it, and I hope to get back to that soon when this is all over.
Yeah. I remember the Roxby Downs show, because
it was 5,000 degrees.
But that morning when we were leaving to get the plane, so it was like 5:30 in the morning, and we were in the driveway, and Stephen was driving me to the airport, so I'm putting my clothes in. 5:30 on a Saturday morning, a taxi rolls up. Now, by this time, the teenager was about 19, something like 18, 19. Hey, a taxi rolls up, taxi door open, a very inebriated teenager rolls out the taxi, weaves his way up the driveway, spots me and Stephen, and goes, "Hey, where have you been?" That's so good that he thought we were capable of being out all night.
Oh, jeez.
Yes,
shout out to
David. Too funny. Yeah, so thank you very much. I'm like, yes, I am out till 5 o'clock.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's like one of my favorite things. Born to be Wild up until about 9 p.m. and then and it's all over. It's time for bed.
Which is why this goes on at 8 o'clock.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes. So this show all started. So now we're sort of caught up to what we've been up to for the last couple of years. This show all sort of started because we were seeing what was happening online and what was going on with people, and it looked like people just needed a little bit of light-heartedness in their days, and so we thought, let's crank it up. And we thought it'd be fun to just share our experiences with coronavirus or COVID-19 or whatever you want to call it, because like, pick a name and stick with it, people. But we've been noticing a couple of things, and I think this was probably the real instigator for us about why we actually started the show. So, Maggie, what sort of things have you been noticing about? Are we going to call it Corona, or we'll call it ISO? That's much more fun.
Okay. What's happening? It's funny. So yeah, I'm working from home, so I'm not looking for stuff to do. There's still heaps to do, and in some respects, you're actually working longer because it's harder to walk away when you're just in the other room. But the other thing is, you get this paranoia that you're frightened that people, that your colleagues think that you're slacking off because you're at home. So you're like, I'm really not slacking off. I'm really busy. So
you're good because you're disciplined. I mean, theoretically, I also work from home, but not really. So much to do, so little enthusiasm to do it. But you know how in the beginning you think to yourself, I'm isolated at home for weeks. I can get to all those things that I haven't done. I'm going to clean the baseboards. I'm going to take apart the cupboards.
I had to go and get a flu shot today at a pharmacy, and it was like a day out. I put a bra on.
Yeah, I know.
I put some proper trousers on. Shoes. Who remembers shoes? It was like a day out. I'm strutting through Clovercrest Shopping Centre, like, whoa!
Yeah, where are you going? Going to a concert? Going here? Traveling? No, I'm getting a flu shot. Yay! You're nuts. I went to get my hair cut a couple days ago, and it was like,
able to do that.
I felt like, oh my God, they've let me out of the asylum. This is great. And my hairdresser, shout out to Willows in Woodside. We were both complaining about our nails, that we lost all of our nails, and we both have really stubby hands, so the nails are giving us length. So now we're like, ew. We're both like really embarrassed, like, My son used to say, Mom, you don't really have fingers. They're just all plugged in like Vienna sausages. You don't, he's so cruel. But true. Yeah, so, it's been when they opened the salons and all that back up, all these Walking Dead. I need to get my hair cut. I need my nails cut. Be like, oh God, what's going on with you people?
I so hope that the hairdressers all do before and after photos, because the transformation is going to be insane. It'll be so good.
I tell you what, when you're not used to being home, because I was traveling so much in the last 5 years. I mean, literally, there would be days when I would come home, unpack, wash all my clothes, pack, and leave the next day or the day after. So I have, there are a lot of times when I wasn't at home, right? And being home all the time, I mean, I've been married almost 20 years. It might end soon because we're home so often. I tell you, this is what it's come to. I made a custard pie last week, and we actually had an argument over how to properly cut pie. We rock bottom, people. And do you know that I Googled how to properly cut a pie? And do you know what? There are 25 entries, and most of them have video of how to cut a pie. And can I tell you something? None of them were like what my husband does. He just randomly cuts a chunk out and that's it. It's like, no, when I'm I'm a Virgo. I'm like, no, you cut it down the middle, then you cut it across, and you cut it this. No, he's out.
So walk us through, Kayal, what did you actually like? How was the pie cut?
Well, if you cut a pie properly, and I know he's listening because he's in the other room. When you cut a pie properly, you cut it down the middle, right? From one side to the other. And then from the left side across. So now you've got 4 equal pieces. So in the middle, there's that cross point that you cut everything from so that all the pie slices are equal. No, he cuts a square, not a square, but like a slice off. The point of the slice is like encroaching upon the other slice's space, right? So now all the pie is not equal. And as a Virgo, it drives me nuts. I'm like, you have to cut the pie. And he's like, I didn't know there were rules. There are now.
Well, the thing is, apart from the pie thing, I can tell you went to Catholic school because I thought you were given as a blessing there. You cut the pie from the top to the bottom and then from the
we used to say when the Monsignor would do that. We used to say when the Monsignor would do that at Mass, I'd go, hey, you in the middle, move to the left. When you go to a Catholic school, you just find delightful ways to insult the priests. But anyway.
Heather Williams has just said that the pie still tastes the same no matter how it's cut.
Don't be siding with my husband.
I don't actually
any more encouragement. It tasted fabulous. It did taste wonderful. I have to say, it did taste good.
But if you had had a bigger slice like Glenn did, it would have been even better.
Yeah, I needed an even slice, is what I.
Yeah, that's the Virgo talking.
Huh?
That's the Virgo talking.
Yeah, it is. No, seriously.
But the good thing is you didn't have.
Sorry.
I was going to say the good thing is you didn't have guests that you had to share a whole heap of pie with.
Yeah, right.
Pete, talking about guests, tell us the story about your neighbour. Kayal.
Bless. I love baking. I can't eat it because, I have diabetes, right? So I know, what a shock. But, and I can't eat it. So when I was working on the ships, I would bake for the ship. I would wait for the crew, right? And I would just take stuff on the ships with me. And, I felt like, they're away from home a lot. It'd be nice to have something homemade and show a little affection, blah, 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 blah. That was great. If they got a little carried away, they would email me before I got on the ship. Hey, can we have chocolate chip this week? What am I, freaking bakery, right? So because I'm home now and I can't give it away, but I still want to bake, right? So I made, for Easter, I had all these apples I wanted to use up, so I made apple turnovers, right? So because we can't eat them all, I bagged up three bags, and I sent Glenn out to drop them with the neighbors, right? For a little 1 minute, anti-isolation, call. So 2 of the neighbors were not home, which, so he came back, he goes, hey, listen, the neighbors immediately next to us weren't home, so I left it on the porch, right? So we didn't see them for a couple of days. So a couple of days later, Glenn goes, hey, did you like the apple turnovers? And both sides went, oh yeah, they were great. We were wondering who that was from. They're so trusting. They just got a bag of turnovers on their porch, took it in the house. Hey, great, break out the tea. And that was it. They were so trusting with things. Me, I'd be like, what is this? It's lovely. People are desperate for contact. They don't care where their turnovers are coming from.
As our neighbour cooked for Greek Easter, and so just before the weekend, he brought over this plate of fantastic Greek pastries and biscuits and cakes, and I'm supposed to be doing the fast 800. I did the fast 800 just in the first 3 items of that plate. And that was the fastest 800 I've ever done. It's fantastic.
I know, it's really hard. Yeah. I'm doing a fast 8. 8 cookies. Yeah.
That's right. Oh my goodness.
That's me done for the week.
Scotland.
Huh?
We'll get somebody else from Scotland.
Oh, who is it?
Peter. Peter and I went together.
Hey, Peter.
Hey, Peter, we're from Scotland. So we're going worldwide with viral.
We're international.
And I just wanted to share this one with you. Oh, hang on. Oh, okay. Okay, I've got to spare everything too tough for your husband. But he also, this is the one I was hoping to share. Who's got time to taste pie? Stop it before somebody else eats it. So,
I tell you what, he didn't even wait for it to cool down.
really?
He likes custard so much that I'm like, could you like wait until it's supposed to be cold so it holds together, right? I come out of my office. What happened? I like warm custard, apparently. Didn't look really that great after kind of like.
Oh my gosh.
But hey, it did taste good. That's what he says.
Alrighty. Oh, so we've got just a couple of quick other shout outs before I think we have to go because I'm sure there's something happening at 8:30 on Netflix or whatever. Get ready for bed.
God forbid we should interfere with people binging on Netflix.
I know we've got a commute to do over back to the living room. Come on.
Yeah. That's our big night out. We get to leave our office.
But the good thing is that we are going to be back again on Thursday night at the same time at 8 p.m. and then we'll release the replays on Sunday at 5. And we're going to do this for as long as it takes till everyone gets back to normal. Is that right, ladies? Or until we run out?
Until they kick us out. Until they go, listen, we don't want to hear you guys blabbing anymore. We're done. And then we'll be like, well, okay then.
We'll be fine. Thanks very much. So Tuesday to
Can I ask
Thursday.
people a question before we fly? Let me ask you guys a question. Are you an introvert or an extrovert? Because it's the extroverts who are having really a lot of trouble in isolation. Whereas personally, even though I do my job in front of like 600-700 people at a crack, I'm perfectly happy to be by myself. So this has not been a real tough thing for me, to be honest. You know what I mean? And people think I'm crazy. The people don't believe me when I say, oh, no, I'm actually quite shy. They're like, ugh. But I am, and I don't really, whatever. So this hasn't been hard. Other people are like just freaking out. So have you been freaking out, or are you just like, great, I just, I'll stay in my cave. I'm happy. And I'd like to hear what people have to say. And also, just to remind you, please, if you want to talk about anything or you have questions or you want us to make comments about something or you have something to share, please do so. Make a comment on the Three Stuff Moms page or whatever. We'd love to hear from you.
And if you need some advice about something that you're experiencing in ISO and you just want some entertainment rather than some proper advice, ask us. We'll help you out.
Yeah, exactly. Do not take advice. Do not take advice.
Now time for a commercial endorsement. What I'd like to know is any women out there, I don't know whose idea it was to use your bra as a mask, but I tried it. And I'm telling you, it was not attractive, and I had a very difficult time with it. So if you guys have done it, please put a picture on the Three Stuff Moms page. I would love to see it.
Imaginative masks. Show us what you're doing.
Have you got yours with you, Kay Howard, to show us, or we'll have to wait for Thursday night for that?
Well, I'll do that on the next show. I'll have to practice. It was crazy. Yeah, it was crazy.
Cool. So we'll just quickly say a quick few shout outs. I want to say hi to Margaret Jackson.
Oh, hi,
Mom. And Donna Radcliffe.
Hey, Donna.
And Anne. Hello. And Catherine Dwyer. Ahoy to you.
Hey, Catherine.
And who we've got? Mary. Hi, Mary.
Mary. You guys, if you're making comments, put where you're from so we kind of know where everybody's from. I really like knowing that, there's so many people everywhere. It's really great.
Yeah, and we got a chat from Carla. She wrote, I know where this is going when we're talking about the turnovers. So I'm not sure if that's
Carla was instrumental. We were all posting pictures of food, and she was instrumental in getting people on our street to have a bit of a cook-off. So there is a Pool Street cook-off going on, and every time we make something at home, we post it to show other people. So we can't wait till all this is over so we can all eat together, is what the plan is. When it's done, we'll have a little street party and eat. So that's been one of the positive things, I think, about the isolation, is that people are finding other ways to communicate and to enjoy each other without, because normally when you see each other on the street, you just, hey, how you doing? We're all on our way to something else.
Yep.
But now there's no place else to go. We have to talk to each other. So we've been doing it through food here on Pool Street. Shout out to Pool Street.
You guys, when you all get together for an actual meal, okay, how you'll be like, oh, so that's the face to the dish. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Who's the one that made that pasta? We want that pasta. It'll be fun.
We've just got people saying where they're from. Carla, obviously from Birdwood. But Peter says he's from Inverness in Scotland, and then Glenn says the other room. I think Glenn would have like Glen Office or something.
Yeah.
And Judy's from Melbourne, and Mary's from Paravista. So I think that's a wrap for the first show, ladies. What do you reckon?
Yep.
Yeah.
I
we just
knew
wanted
we
to have
were
a
going to get to 20 minutes.
no.
We have not. We've only gone over by 10 minutes, but that's all right.
Only that's a third of the show there.
And Kim and Red are from St. Agnes as well. So hello, thank you very much for that.
St. Agnes. Great bakery out there, so my husband says.
It's good when you know the suburbs by their bakeries, don't you?
Yeah.
Glenn, no, he used to be a sales rep for a drug company, and he knows where every decent pie is in the whole state.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Fair enough.
In case you want to know.
Alrighty, well that's it from us. Let's wrap up episode 1 of the viral edition with the 3 Stuffed Mums. We will see you again on Thursday night at 8 p.m. Adelaide time. Look forward to it. And any other last words from Kay or Maggie?
Thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you for indulging us too, because this has been as much for our sanity as for anybody else's. So thanks for being with us tonight. And seriously, this is what we do when we get together. The only thing missing from this is a mountain of food on the table and a bottle of wine or whatever else that people are into. And that's the only difference. Other than that, we would be inviting you to one of our little gab fests. And if you find it fun, please come back and let us know what you would like us to talk about, or if you have questions about things for our different expertise, as if we are, different levels of motherhood, right? And by the way, shout out to our daughter, who has just had another baby. So we've got all these extra grandchildren.
Your grandma again.
Henry. Welcome, Henry.
How many grandmas is that now, Kay?
Who's 1 month old? His
Huh?
name is Stephen.
Oh, sure. Your son is pumping those bubbies out there.
Yeah, Andy and Sheila. They're doing it. Those kids can't wait till ISO's over so we can go and give those kids a hug.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
big shout out to Yes.
Yeah.
All righty, you guys.
All right. See you, everybody. See you on Thursday.
See you, everybody. Thank you. See you for Thursday.
Bye.
Bye. Mwah.